Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another epic Roblox video. Today we're going to be playing Roblox Rivals and we're going to be comparing 3 knives. And these 3 knives that we're going to be comparing is Balisong, Default, and Karambit. Shout out to Onyx for gifting me Collide Bulk and obtaining his charm. I tamed his charm not too long ago on one of my streams, so shout out to you, Onyx. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you hit the like, and subscribe. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're just going to test out its regular range. And then we're going to use it in 1v1s. Alright, so now we're just in Arena, and we're going to compare Balisong first. So we're just going to do my regular loadout, which is not grenade launcher, but we're just going to use it anyway. And I don't use Warhorn either. Alright guys, so we're going to just check the hitbox for Balisong from behind. So I'm going to go from here, and slowly forward. Which, this is the hitbox for it. Which is actually not too bad. That's actually really decent for Balisong. Now we're going to check it from the behind hitbox. And now we're just going to check from the front. Okay, so that is actually not good hitbox at all for the backwards. Usually it's a lot easier. Now we're just going to check from the side hitbox. So that is really good hitbox, bro. That is actually really good. Side hitbox is actually OP. Alright guys, so now we're going to check the underneath hitbox for Balisong. So we're just gonna double. Alright, so this is its underneath hitbox. Alright, so the overheaded hitbox is not good at all. What I'm gonna do is do one regular 1v1 against this guy. So we're gonna see how Balisong does in normal 1v1s and how difficult you need to use it for. Alright, so that was its forward hitbox, which is really peak for Balisong. It's probably one of the best ones for the front. That was its that was its side hitbox, I think? I don't know. But that was one way. Damn. That was me being under him, not being over him, and then he being over me. So that is actually really good hitbox as well. I'll rate that probably like I don't even know how to rate it, so we'll rate it at after this. So that was me being in front of him. That was actually not good because I still made contact with him exactly. And that was it's the same thing there. Alright, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to rate Balisong about an 8 out of 10 because the only thing bad about it was it's me being over and me being in front, which is the only thing that's bad, but it being over is actually pretty peak. It's decent. So yeah, I'm going to rate Balisong an 8 out of 10. Alright guys, so now we are going to be using Karambit, and Karambit's probably the easiest one to probably rage at, definitely. Alright everybody, so now since we're using Karambit, we're going to also once again do it in Arena. And we're going to compare its hitboxes before testing it out in 1v1s. Which in 1v1s, it's actually a lot harder than its actual range. He still missed, bro. Alright, so we're going to check its hitbox first. So from the behind. Stand there, stand there, stand. Alright, so we're going to start from here. Then here, then here, and then here. Once again, that's actually pretty decent. But it was not as good as Balisong in my opinion. Alright, so we're going to start off by being in front. Yo, what? So, okay, so basically Karambit's hitbox for the front is worse. Alright, now to check its side hitbox. Now to check its side hitbox. Alright, so side hitbox is probably from just right here, which is actually not too bad. So I'm gonna probably say that was pretty good for Karambit. Now to check the the under hitbox. Alright, so its hitbox is also the same for underneath. Definitely it's a little bit the same, but I have to hit my head a little bit, but also I can still do it from lower. So I'm gonna say that was pretty good as well. Well, we're gonna check the over hitbox now. Alright, so Over's hitbox is actually better than Balisong. But it's actually really good. So, now since we've checked all of that, now let's go to do some 1v1. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how Karambit does. Oh, wait. I don't even need to. Guys, I'm just going to show you some clips that I have from Karambit. Alright, so with Karambit, I'm gonna say it's pretty peak. Okay, bruh. Alright, so with Karambit, I'm gonna rate it an 8.5 out of 10. Alright, so we're going to be using the default knife now. We're gonna compare default knife, and we're gonna see how this one goes. So now we're just gonna compare the front. Alright, so we're gonna check its backwards. Never mind, that was forwards, and that was actually pretty good. I like that. It was around here, which I'm gonna say that's really decent. Alright, so we're just checking around the Okay, so that one is a little bit worse than Balisong. Alright, now we're just checking the side. Alright, so around right here is good for the side, which is actually just a little bit better than Balisong, which is actually not too bad. And now I'm checking the underneath. Okay, that, once again, was actually pretty decent. Alright, now we're gonna check over. Alright, so now we're just gonna do one basic jump. Okay, so that was pretty mid. Yeah, so we got this one is pretty bad, bruh. Alright, so it's really mid. So now we're just gonna show its 1v1s. Alright guys, now we're gonna do its 1v1. Alright, now for the knife 1v1. So we're gonna see which one is a lot better. Alright, we're gonna use grenade launcher, daggers, knife, and then warhorn. Damn! That was absolutely terrible. Alright, so this is actually alright. Definitely could be a lot better though. Yeah, he's definitely the king of default. Alright, so that's good. It's good for when... Okay, knife. This knife is actually pretty good for when people come closer to you. Definitely better for when they come to you, and it has good, has really good range. Okay, that was its over hitbox, which is actually really good. That was really peak and actually pretty OP. So... Now that... So basically knife, this default skin is probably just better for when they come closer to you. So like when they're coming towards you, that's like best to use. Shut up, Siri! And that was its side hitbox, which also is really good. Shut the fuck up, Siri! Alright, so that was its 1v1. Alright, so what I'm gonna probably rate knife is probably 5 out of 10. Because its range is okay, but it's only better when they're coming towards you. So what I'm gonna do, I know I just rated them, they could be higher, they could be lower, but the best one that I'm probably gonna say is probably Bellasong. So, because it's good for your hitbox and your range, and it's good for when you want to do trick shots, you know what I mean, guys? Alright, guys, so that is the end of this Roblox video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, comment what I should post next. Have a great one, guys, and I'm gay.